Boom, and I'm live. How do I go see the chats and all this cool stuff? I guess I just wait for you guys to get here. If any of you guys are coming. I think what I'm gonna do is give it about 10 minutes, see who jumps in, see who jumps out. I do have a couple questions to answer, so I guess I can get into those, or should I wait a little bit? I don't know. I don't even know how to tell if people have joined. I'll talk about it. Okay, this is obviously my first live stream on the YouTubes. I wish I knew who was here. I don't know how to see the chat box. Oh, there it is. Okay. Awesome, awesome. And yeah, I'm just doing this because we kind of step out of our comfort zone. It's easier to get this way. So I've been doing these on Facebook a little bit. My friend Desmond on Thursdays. So if you guys haven't added me on Facebook, please do so. And now I'm just doing it on my own. I'm making it about street photography. So yeah. Basically, this is a street photography Q&A. Come in, ask questions. Yeah, simple. It's like really shaky. I got 2 viewers here. I don't know who you are if you're in here, so it doesn't tell me. So be sure to say hello and let me know who you are. And yeah, we're just asking questions about street photography and problems you guys may have. I'm gonna put my fan up here. Can you guys hear me? How's the audio? Thumbs up to hear me? Anybody? No? No. All right, live view myself and bring that up. Is that possible? No. So yeah, definitely just gonna wait till a few more to get in here before I start this. So let's be patient. Still not sure if this is gonna stay up on the YouTube or not. Yeah, definitely just gonna wait till a few more to get in here. All right, so Austin, I can see you, but I can't see you chatting on G-Chat, so I have to go to YouTube to see you. So that's good to know that. It's choppy? Oh no, that's not good. The audio is choppy or the video is choppy? Let me know if it's like a 7 out of 10. Should I keep it going, or is it so choppy to the point where it's just like you don't want to watch it? Audio? Oh, I have a microphone. Maybe I should plug that up. One moment. Is that any better? Let me know if that's better at all. No? All right. You have to do this. Let's see if it's not too bad. Boom. All right, how about now? Is it plugged in? It actually wasn't plugged in. No, it wasn't. I just kind of waited for it's a little delayed, so I'm waiting for you guys to respond and see if it's better. Better? All right, like way better? All right, cool. So yeah, so far I should shoot you guys. Hey, what's up? Shout out to y'all. Thanks for helping me fix that. Bash for Ducky. I'm here to answer you guys' questions. So I don't know where are you guys from? Or you just see me like streaming on YouTube, or did you come from like the website, or how's that working? I wish you guys can see my screen. I'm like watching myself twice. It's so weird. Detroit. All right. Yeah, Detroit. Shout out. All right. Awesome. Awesome. So yeah, if you guys can, be sure to share this on like all your social media, all that good stuff. I have a couple questions from people who like submitted them a few days ago. If you guys have questions too, be sure to submit those. It doesn't have to be on street photography. It can be on like creativity in general. I just kind of like this Q&A type of setup. So I think I'm going to answer the ones online first. Hey man, thanks Peter, I appreciate that. A lot of people don't like my photos, so that's good to hear. All right. So I'm gonna get into this first question from Twitter while people join, if they join. Sorry for my camera keeps shaking. My desk is like from IKEA. It's kind of cheap. And wait, what's first lives? I don't know what that is. All right, so this one's from Philly Mon. He's on Twitter. He's a pretty cool guy. He always interacts with me. His question was, what advice would you give to a beginner blogger and street photographer? And that's kind of a loaded question, being that it's two separate, totally different answers. But I'm just gonna do blogging because I feel like I've answered the street photography thing like 10 times. So as a blogger, I think the main thing is to write personal stuff. At least that's my advice, because that way if no one reads it, at least you can kind of like, you'll be excited to do it. So when I started blogging, it was about street photography, but it wasn't about like street photography per se. It was about my issues within street photography. So like the issues that I had, the struggles that I had. If I went outside and I got no pictures, I'd come home and talk about that. And it became more of a journal than it became a blog. And as you continue to write, people will slowly start to resonate with you and relate to you, you know, and I think that's the most important thing, is to make it organic, make it about yourself. As you develop a following, you can kind of change that, interact with people, you know, pivot, go to a new thing. I'm kind of getting more into like top 5 things and all that good stuff. But, you know, that's my advice to a beginner, is to make it about yourself. Make it a personal blog before you do anything. Always have your name in the blog. Mine's KeenanRIVALS.com. If I can start back over, it'd be KeenanHastings.com, and that would be my name, my moniker. So yeah, I hope that answered your question, Phil. How to be a better street photographer? I'll be brief with this one. Just do it every day. There's this saying, F8 and be there. And I think that's just true. Like, you got to go out there and do it. So that's very important. Thanks, Peter, for the question. Do you use a certain setting on your camera for street photos? Yes, I do. And I use this setting every time, and it's called aperture priority. You know, when I first started, I shot in manual a lot, and there were so many different light conditions, and it just became like more about camera settings than it did the actual photography. I actually bought a point and shoot last year, and it only shot auto. And it like really changed the way I shoot, because it was so simple that I didn't even focus on like aperture or shutter speed or ISO. I just took pictures, and they came out perfectly exposed every time. It's 2017, man. So it's that time when we start taking technology for what it's for. You know, I think a lot of folks keep buying into like really expensive cameras, and then like, oh, I'm only doing manual, I'm only doing this. It's just like, well, why are we investing into these things then? So when I buy a $2,000 camera and it's telling me that it can do the job for me, I'm going to let it, because that's the point of buying it. So, you know, I always shoot at around f6 to 7.1, depending on lighting conditions. If it's super cloudy outside, I'll shoot at f4. And now that I switched to full frame, I'm finding myself shooting at even, smaller apertures. So like f8, f11, and, you know, I'm just shooting a little bit slower in that regard. So professional, you know, program mode's good. All that stuff is just the best, man. It's to the point now, if I get a paid gig and the lighting's good, I'll do it there too. So that's just my rule of thumb. All that trying to be cool, trying to shoot in manual, I think that stuff's just like only in the beginning. It's important to learn manual, but I don't think it's a big like deal later down the road. Are there specific rules that you must follow when doing street photography? Yeah, there are like some unwritten rules. They're very, very, I'll break all of them. I used to follow them a lot, but I feel like they limit you. I think the beautiful thing about street photography and why it's so fascinating is that there aren't any rules. But when you look at a number of photos, you can kind of see patterns. And based on those patterns, rules were created. So, you know, shooting wide as opposed to shooting, you know, with the long focal length gives you more intimate photo. You know, using rule of thirds, not having like unnecessary things in your scene, and focusing more on like decisive moments than real actual life moments. Like those are the rules. Like your story should be compelling in some kind of way. Your story should show some kind of emotion. But I'm more of a documenting street photographer where I just document day by day life. I don't go outside and seek a story because I live in Detroit and that doesn't happen that much. Like we don't get people who are just walking and, you know, full of life. Like when someone's walking in Detroit, they're not actually pissed off or annoyed or trying to get to their destination. They're not out like having a good time. So, you know, it's really hard to find those moments in this city. When I go to New York, I kind of do follow those rules because if someone's in the alley, I've never been in New York. I just made that up. When I go to Chicago, I kind of do follow those rules because like if you see somebody in the alley smoking, then it kind of becomes like a normal average photo because that happens every second of the day in Chicago. But in Detroit, you catch somebody in the alley smoking full of color, it's a rare moment. So it just kind of varies on your location, you know, what kind of photographer you are and, you know, what story you're trying to tell. I'm trying to document my city. So that's what I do. But when I'm in Chicago, I try to focus more on like humor or like old people and I kind of photograph them. So it's rules, but you just kind of make them yourself. It's not like anything else. Thoughts on shooting the homeless and people in bad means. People around, I don't shoot the homeless at all. It's too easy. You know, I don't think there's anything wrong with it. It's just too easy. Like you're trying to tell a photo, you're trying to convey emotion. But obviously that's going to convey emotion like they're homeless. But I don't think there's a lot of thought into that. You know, I don't think that would be an interesting thing to look at over a period of time. I don't see not the homeless are doing something like crazy, maybe, but it's something that I don't do. If I was doing a project on the homeless to where I feel like it bettered them or it made sense, then yeah, but I just wouldn't walk down the street and take pictures of somebody holding up a sign. I think that's just too easy. So yeah. I did get another question on Twitter and it says, what's the hardest part of shooting street photography? That's from Fabian. He's always pretty active, so shout out to you. I think the hardest part is being active. You know, it's difficult to get up and go out every day, especially if you live where I live at, because you're kind of shooting in that same area, and you know you kind of feel like Tuesday feels like Wednesday, and Wednesday feels like Tuesday, and if I get up Tuesday and I go out, then Wednesday it's really hard to do the same thing. It can get really repetitive, and again, Detroit is just not an area where there's a lot going on. People are literally getting out of their cars and going to work or to a restaurant. And you have in between that 4 or 5 minutes to shoot pictures and try to tell an interesting story. And that's not easy at all. It's really hard. People are just straight walkers. And then if you get a really like crazy shot, like, oh, this is it, and you miss it, then you just feel like your whole life is over because that only happens once every hour or once every 2 hours. And no one has time to just be sitting outside for 3 or 4 hours every day. Like I just don't have the patience for that. So the hardest part is just really being consistent, I guess. And that's something that I'm still working on to this day. Have I ever been chased? No. Street photography is like super not that bad of a it's not to the point where you're like getting chased and yelled at. I think I have over 3 years of experience. I've probably been yelled at 5 times. Like I've been yelled at 5 times for just walking down the street as a regular person. So that's a pretty good ratio. I have been yelled at like in my face, like, don't put that camera in my face. I'm sure you've seen that video. I've had someone try to like take my camera to like delete the photo, and I've had like some older women kind of yell at me. Older women are the ones or women in general, they're the ones who are really ballsy. They'll be like, yo, delete that. But like a lot of people just live their life. In Detroit, it's hard because it's really isolated. So it's literally you and your subject. So they can see you. They're like, what are you doing? They might ask a question and then they're cool with it. In Chicago or busier areas like Cleveland, people don't even notice you. Like you're just out there taking pictures, and so is 10 other people. So it makes it a lot easier. But no one's ever chased me. No one's ever physically attacked me. I've been threatened maybe like twice, and that's about it. And, you know, you just got to be able to defend yourself. It's always hard to defend yourself when you're holding a camera. I always worry about that. And have you been chased or something? I hope not. I don't know if I've ever ran either. Like I'm always like really talkative, and I'm comfortable with explaining what I'm doing. Like, yo, I can do this. I'm taking pictures. If you want me to delete it, that's fine. Like, I'll say things like that. I'm not somebody who's trying to escalate situations. Like, I'm literally out there for the art. I'm not out there to be a badass. So explain to me this chase story. Like, how, why, where? Why didn't you have a GoPro? I'm about to tweet this out, guys. So give me 1 second to let everybody know. You know, I've had times where I've had headphones on. Like, I always wear headphones, and people have said like really rude things to me, and I've kind of just like act like I didn't hear them. I feel like if I would have responded to those things, like what, or I could do what I want to do, it may have went the wrong way. But again, like that's just not my intention. I'm not trying to be out there trying to be cool. So I just stay to myself, and I think that makes a lot of sense. So remember, in this live chat, you guys can kind of ask questions about anything. So it can be about street photography, it can be about the blog, creative process, me, cameras that I use, focal lengths. Just trying to give you guys some ideas. Also, again, be sure to thumbs this up and share it so more people can jump in. I got about maybe like 15 minutes left to kind of talk. Downtown Boston, I was asked not to take his pic and got up and started going towards me. I went down the side street, nothing bad happened. Yeah, I'm sure if he would have caught up to you, nothing would have happened. People are literally just like, hey, why are you doing this? What are you doing? They just want to know. Like, honestly, if someone took my picture, I'd be kind of freaked out. Like, why are you? I was eating one time in Eastern Market at Russell Street Deli. They have like some big window, people can walk by and kind of see you. And I was just in the window, like eating like an omelet, best omelet I've ever had in my life. And then this dude just walked up with this huge flash and like flashed the shit out of me. And I was just like freaked out. Like, I wanted to stop eating and go outside and be like, yo, why'd you do that? But I had to calm myself down. Like, maybe he's doing what I'm doing. So it's weird when somebody puts a camera in your face, because so many things go through your head. You don't know if you're being picked on, if you're being victimized. Like, you have no idea what's going on. So you got to think about the person as well. You know, you just walk up to a couple and you flash them or take a picture of them. They want to know why. Like, where is this going? Are you talking about me? So, I mean, I feel like I owe them that respect to answer that at times if they ask me respectfully. So, all right, see, I got another question on the blog here. I'm about to go read that. The reason, well, I guess this is going to kind of answer why I'm doing this as well. I see. My internet's like super slow, apparently. Wow. So I'm not looking at the screen right now. If you guys ask questions, I'm interested to know, like, how did you guys find out about me or the blog? And while I'm loading this up, what do you guys think that I can do better in terms of, because what I'm trying to do is like switch from like blogging as much and going more into like YouTube and talking a little more and sharing my ideas and processes. So let me know how I've been doing on that while this loads up. Comment what I can improve at, what I suck at, what you like, what you don't like. Okay, so Ned, who is also my life as I don't know that word. I guess I'm in this question submission. Here it goes. Hey, Keenan, it's Ned. Do you have suggestions about creating engagement with audiences? I usually put comments if I see the photos I like in Instagram, and usually the recipients reply back. But somehow I feel there is more to it in creating more engagements. What do you suggest for creating engagement other than commenting? Or shall I create engagement outside Instagram too? I think commenting is the #1 form of engagement. I think a lot of people think content, like posting content, is the #1 form of engagement, but it's definitely not. Like, people are on Instagram to get likes and get comments. And if you go do that, they'll go do it back if they're really in it for the creative, process and engagement. So it's just about being active and not waiting. So I like what you're doing already. You're not posting pictures and waiting for somebody to comment on yours. You're going to comment on other people's pictures, which is how me and you met. You know, you commented on a few of my posts, my pictures, and I was like, okay, this guy really supports what I'm doing. Let me go support him as well. So, and that's what I've been trying to do lately as well, is trying to like just talk to people and communicate with them. So kudos to you on that. Also, you can do things like this. Like, I've been trying to, you know, start up a YouTube community. I've been trying to build more engagement on my blog. I get a lot of views on it, but people don't respond. So if I say, hey, ask me a question, I don't get that many questions. And, you know, just stepping outside my comfort zone and doing something like this is going to, I think, help grow and help build. Right now, there's 5 people in here. And, you know, I think we get discouraged when we see a small amount of comments or a small amount of views. But I think catering to whatever audience you have at that moment is important, and they'll eventually respect you and support you, and it'll grow. Might be slow, but it'll grow. Other than that, just join in different platforms, forums, new tech startups. Like I'm on this website called, this app called Whale. It just started up. It's like a Q&A app, which kind of gave me the idea to do this. And like, you know, I may not be super popular on Instagram, but if I start off on Well early on and I do good and I produce, then that gives me a chance to get my name out there and get out there on some other platform, which can later transpire to Instagram or YouTube or Twitter or whatever. So yeah, being early, engaging with other people, and just trying new things and not being afraid to fail or not do as well the first few times. So, and just being consistent. You know, I suck at consistency. So those are my 4 things, the 4 tips to engaging. Jeremy, you can definitely buy this TV. You know, everything in my home is for sale. All right, so Peter asked, as a photographer, do you feel uncomfortable when someone's take your pic? Oh yeah, I don't take pictures. I don't know how I do this. I'm not Jeremy, I don't know if he's still in here, but he took some pictures of me and my family recently. I did not post those pictures. Not because like Jeremy's awful or anything. He did a great job. I'm just not comfortable with. Yeah, I don't like it. So that's a big no. Random question for you. Was your condo previously an office building? I don't know. I don't have a condo. I live in an apartment, and it's just a high-rise apartment that was built like a long time ago. It has like great window light, and yeah, I don't see myself leaving anytime soon because of that. But no, it wasn't. It's just a downtown apartment. I've lived here for like 3 or 4 years. And yeah. Andrew, you have any questions? I don't have any more questions to answer. Jeremy, you have a question? Why didn't you guys thumbs up my video? So yeah, anyway, I want to talk more about Jeremy. You see my so take where is it at? Tomorrow, man. Tomorrow. So I just got an electronic skateboard for those of you who didn't know. So I'm officially a YouTuber, I feel like. And yeah, consistency is definitely hard. And it's not being hard on myself. It's just more so me knowing that I can do stuff. Jeremy can attest to this. Like, I'm an idea person. And I get so many ideas that I don't execute on any of them. It's like, I just think of new ideas. So my biggest thing is just prioritizing in that regard and just trying to figure out what's important. So I got the blog, I got YouTube, I got a few apps that I'm doing. And it's just like, I love street photography, but I also want to venture out into like motivational speaking and things like that, which is why I'm trying to get more into YouTube, because I think I do have a lot of inspiring things to say. I think they translate on the blog, but not so much in the videos. So just being consistent in that regard, to try to like figure things out. And I don't know. I just want to do better at what I'm doing, because I feel like I'm not noted for one thing, but just trying a bunch of things. My favorite vlog camera is probably one that I don't own, and that would be the Sony a6500. For those of you who don't know, I actually just broke my camera. It just broke on me the other day. I bought an A7 II. Sorry, and it broke. The camera won't cut on. I'm working on editing that vlog right now. It's a total bummer. I was so hyped up when I bought it. I talked to Andrew. I was like, yo, I'm about to get this camera. He's like, do it. And I just bought it on the fly. And yeah, that sucks. So I'm cameraless again. And if you know me, you know that I'm extremely indecisive. So by not having a camera, by getting refunded, I now have the opportunity to go back and try to pick a camera. So 90% of me is like, just get the A7 II, don't stress out about it. But a big part of me kind of wants to get the A6500 just because, or the A6300, it doesn't matter. Like, I don't, it is not a big difference to me. But I mean, I don't see myself ever shooting in 4K, but I think having the option to shoot in 4K without my camera overheating is kind of future-proofed, and I like the idea of that. But I know the 6500 does have like the stabilization. That sounds kind of cool, though I haven't had that before and it's been fine. So yeah, let's see if there's any other questions in this queue. Asking people to ask questions is so hard, man. Like, you would think people would just be like asking questions all day, but they don't. I know I got some favorite though. I just got to find them. I should have prepped for this, but I was opening that booster board, or as I'm calling it, the booster board, the Ego 2. Adequate. Hey, Artificial Flavors from Russia. Hey, Jeremy, are you going to get a board with me now, or no? And sorry for the delay, guys. I'm loading up some tweets right now. So slow. I like way too many tweets. I used to only like questions that people asked me. I don't know what happened to that. So, because that would have made this a lot easier. I got a question for you guys. What videos of mine do you like the best? I know I talked to Andrew about it a little while ago. He basically was like, yeah, I'm not really feeling the whole like lifestyle stuff, but the street photography point of views are pretty dope. So you should keep doing those. I've noticed that as I did those, I did get a little bit better, but for people like those a little bit more. But do you like when I kind of put in the real life stuff, or how do you guys feel about that? I'll let you ponder that while I read these questions. How would Detroit look in 5 to 10 years compared to now? I don't know, man. And it's not because Detroit's like, check out Jeremy's channel for vlogs. It's not because Detroit's just like a bad city or anything. I just don't know how the world's gonna look in 5 to 10 years. Like, progression is real right now. I think it really does suck that we're always a few years behind, and that we're always trying to paint ourselves as like, oh, the little Silicon Valley or the little this. But I think it's just going to be a spot for B-list entrepreneurs. I'm not going to lie and say I think it's going to be a great place. I think we're always going to be the little brother. And what happened to my feed? Oh, I think we're always going to be the little brother. And the Andrew, you don't remember saying that? Don't worry about it. I always feel like I throw Andrew under the bus and he takes it the wrong way. I feel like this is going to be like the underdog city for a while. And I feel like we're always going to be playing catch up, especially within 5 to 10 years. So that's how I feel about it. I'm still going to live here. I still love it. Hopefully we get some more like Shake Shacks and stuff and cool spots, but I feel like we're still going to be playing catch up. We're always going to have Rocket Fiber instead of Google Fiber. We're always going to have Fago instead of Coke. Like, we're always going to be that off-brand city. And, you know, I don't want us to be that, but that's just how I feel. So hopefully that wasn't the wrong answer. I just had to be honest. Regarding consistency, have you thought about writing vlogs? You know what? I've tried that, but, oh, you're saying what to my camera breaking? Okay. I've tried that, but it never goes the way I plan, ever. For one, people in Detroit don't know how to react in vlogs. Like, if you try to hang out with your friends and vlog, they don't know how to react in front of a camera because they don't watch YouTube. They don't. It just never goes the way it's planned. I can't plan my whole day out because I have to account for things that happen that I don't plan. So I might be like, oh, today I'm doing street photography, and then Johnny might hit me up and say, hey, let's go do a drone or something like that. Then I got to go hang out with him, and then it's just like, it's just not. It won't work. I don't think I'm that creative yet. I don't think I figured out vlogging to be able to say, boom, 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 boom. For right now, it's just like, hey guys, at the store. Hey guys, here. And my life isn't that active to where I can be like, okay, today I'm doing street, then I'm going to go-kart racing, then I'm going to hop out of an airplane. Like, I'm not Casey, so I can't make those kind of adjustments. Um, I like the vlog you did recently. The Fujifilm one? I like that vlog too. I do plan on doing a couple more of the Eric Kim vlogs and another Bruce Gilden vlog. You know, a lot of people hated that, but I like that. I like that style of photography because it's new to me. I'm also working on a new project that's going to be a little bit different. That's going to try to like inquire Detroit fashion. I don't know how that's going to work because Detroit isn't that fashionable, but yeah. And yeah, none of us are Casey, man. And I think it took me a long time to realize that. And I'm still kind of realizing that because you watch this vlog and they seem so seamless and effortlessly, but, or effortless, I should say. But you just want to, yeah, Jeremy, but your life is a little more creative. And I think that I've watched so many vlogs that I'm so deep into YouTube that I can't just make a like chilling at the store eating food vlog. Like I feel like they have to be like Casey's or like John Hill's or like Sarah's, to where they have to be filled with all these great moments. I'm not comfortable with just being at home or talking about my life or just hanging with my family, going to Target, because those just don't seem interesting. But over time, it'll happen. I definitely thought I'm on vlog 61 right now. I definitely thought by 61 I'd be better. But right now I'm just kind of going through that transition with the blog and the vlog. So I have a ton of blogs, I mean, and you know, now I'm just like, okay, I'm going to go back and read some of these old blogs and turn it into video content, because what I want to do is leave people with like actionable. Now I want you to leave my vlog and feel like inspired to do something, feel actionable, whether it's just me giving you like a tip every night or, you know, I want you to feel some kind of way. I just don't want it to be like me telling you where I'm at and then some street photography. Easy. Yeah, that's true. When you get free stuff, man, life's a lot easier. That's why I kind of bought this skateboard, just because I feel like it allows me to kind of have some transitions. I want to start investing in things that will better my videos and that will give me something to do. I live downtown, so I'm like 30 minutes from like the main part of downtown. I don't have a car, so like it takes me 30 minutes to get everywhere in Detroit because it's not a tightly knit city. So like if I want to go do something, it takes 2 hours to go do that. And it's hard to record that. You know, it's hard to record a 30-minute walk, a 10-minute visit here, a 30-minute walk, a 10-minute visit there. So hopefully with this skateboard that only goes 14 miles per hour, I can get from A to B a little bit faster. So yeah, that's what I'm hoping. Hopefully Jeremy gets one too. I think when people start getting more united in Detroit, like if I start vlogging, and then Jeremy keeps vlogging, and then Desmond keeps vlogging, shit, Andy can vlog, and like we all start vlogging and hanging out and being more of a community, then that's what's going to kind of make it more exciting. But if it's just the same thing every day, then it's not going to be that great. I actually didn't buy a helmet yet. If you guys skateboard, recommend me a helmet, because I have no idea which one to buy. I did do a little reading. I heard a Burn helmet is pretty good, and triple something helmet. I heard those are good too. So that's going to be the next approach. I definitely think after trying the skateboard, Jeremy's going to get one. I've heard nothing but good things about it. We don't need booster boards. We don't live in New York, so we're not going to be using them as like our main commute. So that's going to be an exciting addition. I feel like a real YouTuber now. Also bought me a pop socket, so that's like very, very YouTube-ish. Yeah, I feel like down the road. What do you guys think about abandoning the blog? Do you think I should continue to blog, like even if it's the same content, or like how do you guys feel? Do you think the blog should have more pictures? I'm also doing this to kind of seek your ideas too, not just talk about me. Even though I'm free to help any of you guys. In Canada, winter kills the road, so potholes. Yeah, I'm probably gonna fall for sure. I'm more than certain that I'm gonna fall, but at 14 miles per hour, I don't see myself like dying. I've already read that I should jump off the board if I see a pothole and just let the board do its thing. And again, if it's absolutely horrible, I'll just send it back. Like I'm not trying to like kill myself. At the end of the day, I can always get a bike too. So yeah, you guys have any more questions? Who else is here? I know it's Jeremy, the focal plane, and How'd you guys like find this? I'm just always interested in knowing that. I like to know where people are coming from so I can keep reaching out to them. In Germany, where you been at, man? You like been MIA? Also, do you guys want to see a full review on the GFX, or do you think the video idea was fine? Like, should I go back and kind of give you my thoughts on it? Because that's definitely a possibility if you guys are interested in that. Homepage on YouTube. That's dope. I made it to the homepage. Have you still been watching vlogs, Jeremy? Have you been like keeping up with the vlogs or no? I subscribe, but you lucky I'm supposed to be around. I definitely appreciate that. I actually got a job too for those of you who didn't know that. So I had to be to work in like 15 minutes, which is where I'm about to end this really soon. But yeah, it was definitely fun. I definitely plan on doing this a lot more. Hopefully, as I keep doing it, I'll get more questions because I want to be able to answer more questions. And the reason I'm doing this, just to let you guys know, like I said, I want to kind of get more into public speaking. And I think that this is going to make me feel more comfortable. I should have been looking at this camera the whole time. I definitely wasn't doing that. But yeah, I thank you guys for coming. Yeah, I feel you, Jeremy. And maybe I'll do this every week. I don't know. I don't want to commit to things I'm not going to be consistent with, but we'll see how it goes. And yeah, I'll catch you guys later. New vlog coming up tonight. Peace.